Hello everybody, my name is Daniel Scott Hadley, here in good old Marion, Ohio, and I have a situation that I think this country should be paying a lot of attention to. I think something that the media should be talking about. Well, I'm currently charged with a felonious assault of a census worker. Well, back in May of 10, I had a woman census worker come out to my residence. Well, I informed her and stuff that I was not participating in the census, and she wasn't happy with this. Persisted I filled the census form out. I then became rude and told her to leave. Well, weeks later, 6/8 of 10, I had another census worker come out, Donald Ayers. Well, he was highly upset with me being rude and telling the other census worker to leave. Well, I informed him of the same thing, that I was not participating, and asked him to leave. Well, I ended up asking him to leave 4 times. Well, he started to become irate with me, and when he started to become violent, I ended up retreating back into the house, picking up a baseball bat I keep near the front door while doing so. Well, as I was doing this, he started saying ignorant things like, I'm not some little old lady you can intimidate, you don't scare me. And before I could close the door, he just kept coming in and stuff. When he did forcefully enter the house, I struck him with the baseball bat. Well, he exited the house, went across the street. Well, I immediately called the police. Well, the police showed up. I brought him in the house, showed him the damage from the fight to show them that I was telling the truth. There was a witness inside the house that also informed them that Donald Ayers did force his way in, and they went across the street to talk to Donald Ayers. Well, they came back and told me I was under arrest for assault. They tell me that there was an unbiased witness that states otherwise. Well, unbeknownst to the police officers and stuff, they weren't aware of the fact that this unbiased witness had just months prior to this incident, her and her friends were responsible for shooting all the windows out and shooting the body of my truck up. And those charges are currently pending. So far, ain't nothing done about them. Well, even her own parents felt that she was responsible because they paid for half of the deductible on getting the truck fixed. Well, needless to say, they took me to jail. I ended up sitting in jail for 70 days. They gave me an outrageous bond of $100,000. Well, after 70 days of sitting in jail, my attorney wasn't, in my opinion, doing anything and stuff. He wasn't showing me nothing. So I sent a letter to the judge asking to dismiss my counsel and to represent myself. Now, a hearing was held on 8/16 of 10. Well, at this hearing and stuff, the judge asked me to talk to Mr. J.C. Ratliff, and he convinced me that he had done all he could, done everything that was possible to do in my defense and stuff, and that if I did not accept a plea agreement offered by Davis DeMolis, the prosecuting attorney, that would be found guilty and sent to prison for felonious assault. Well, like a dummy, I accepted the plea agreement. Well, the judge, at such hearings and stuff, the judge asks for the defense and state to state what their cases were based on. Well, J.C. Ratliff states that he was going to use the self-defense claim, but it wasn't applicable to this case, which I found confusing. The prosecuting attorney stands up and states that that Donald Ayers admitted that he did forcefully enter or forcefully cross the threshold of my residence in his attempt to gather information for the census. Like a total idiot, I just let it all go and stuff. It was over with. I was going home and stuff. Well, the judge grants me my OR bond. I go home and stuff, so I figure I'm like at least investigate what I can and stuff. Well, I checked the court docket to see what my attorney did for me. Well, come to find out, this man did not file one motion, one subpoena, one nothing. He did zero, nothing. He wasn't even prepared to go to trial, which was the following day. Well, needless to say, I fired him. I took it upon myself to file a motion to withdraw my plea of guilt and to represent myself. Well, the judge denied me the right to defend myself. I ended up obtaining new counsel, Mr. Jones. Seems to be doing a great job. Well, we just got back from court today, and the judge has granted me my right to withdraw my plea of guilt. Well, my new attorney informs me that the judge is denying me the right to self-defense, even though he's been informed that the census worker admitted he'd forced his way into my residence now. So through my little investigating and stuff, I discovered there was a new law passed June 10th of 2008 stating section 2901.05 B1 subject to division B2 of this section. A person is presumed to have acted in self-defense or defense of another when using defensive force that is intended or likely to cause death or great bodily harm to another if the person against whom the defensive force is used is in the process of unlawfully and without privilege to do so entering, or has unlawfully and without privilege to do so entered the residence occupied by the person using the defensive force. It goes on to say in section 2901.09 for purposes of any section of the revised code that sets forth a criminal offense, a person who lawfully is in that person's residence has no duty to retreat before using force in self-defense, defense of another, or defense of that person's residence. So the law clearly does state that I am entitled to this self-defense claim. And through my little investigating, I dug up the census worker manual. Well, under the general ethics principles, they state 14 different items. Under 1, public service is a public trust, requiring employees to place loyalty to the Constitution and the laws. 13, employees shall adhere to all laws and regulations that provide equal opportunity for all Americans. 14, employees shall endeavor to avoid any actions creating the appearance that they are violating the law or the ethical standards set forth in the ethics regulations. So the census manual itself even states that census workers have to abide by all laws, just like me and you. They are not entitled to just come over and force their way into your home. Well, the state of Texas seems to agree with me. In Houston, Texas, Anthony Joseph Rossetto, a census worker, was arrested and charged with a Class C assault when he attempted to force his way into a Laura Dolores' apartment. And it was this July 21st in Hudson County. Census worker was arrested and charged with trespassing when she went to someone's residence and refused to leave. I mean, these are facts that census workers have to abide by the law, just like you and me here. Well, through my little discovery, I have obtained quite a few police reports. Well, this Donald Ayers, come to find out, I am the 5th person, the 5th time that Donald Ayers has either forced or attempted to force his way into another person's home to assault them. Back in July of '01, Donald Ayers went over to a James Thompson's house, banging on his windows, attempting to get in. Well, James Thompson comes outside and a fight ensues. Well, the police show up. the police end up arresting James Thompson, even though Donald Ayers went to his house to start a fight. Confusing. I believe it was in '05. Reports of let's see here, Donald Ayers forcing his way into some tenants' home and assaulting them. '06, Donald Ayers forced his way into his stepdaughter's home to assault her boyfriend. Well, in the process of attempting to assault her boyfriend, he ends up assaulting his own stepdaughter with a pan of hot grease. In '07, he moved to a new residence. He, in turn, went over there and tried to force his way into their new residence. Just couldn't gain access. Police were called on him again. And again, he wasn't charged. And in every one of these situations and stuff, Donald Ayers has been highly intoxicated. He has a clear history of alcohol abuse, and he's just DUIs and other such. And in January of '02, Donald Ayers tried to force his wife to drink bathroom cleaner. Ashley, her daughter, informed a police officer she witnessed this and it was the truth. Again, Donald Ayers wasn't charged. I can only assume that everybody just feels incredibly sorry for this guy because of his mental disorders. He's been treated for PDS, post-traumatic stress stemming from a work-related injury. Has been diagnosed bipolar, taking medications for his mental illnesses. It's just I just cannot believe that this how the Census Bureau hired this man. These are all police reports that I'm reading this from. This ain't hearsay. These are police reports. These are facts. Well, I just don't understand how the Census Bureau missed this. Well, the fact that all these facts here, the judge has been informed of. I mean, he is well aware of these reports. He's just, I don't understand what he's doing. He's under the impression that census workers can kick your door in and come in on you. I don't know what his impression is. It makes zero sense to me that every American is entitled to self-defense and stuff. And anytime someone attempts to force their way into your home and stuff, you've got the right to defend yourself. And especially when the person admits to it. So, in my opinion, they are just gonna they are gonna do anything it takes to make sure I am found guilty of a felonious assault and stuff. My opinion, they're trying to cover this up and cover up for the census. It's the only logical explanation stuff. Because anyone, I'm sorry, anyone with half a brain knows that a census worker can't just come to your door, kick your door, and then come in on you and stuff. So it's, this is just incredibly ridiculous that I'm even having to fight these charges when the man admitted to doing this. Well, I thank you guys for your time and listening to me blubber on here. And I just hope this ain't you in the future. You know, thanks again.